was like, celebrate me. It's okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanice and this is my channel, September Love. Guys, can you believe it? We are heading into a new year already. We're going to 2022 and it literally feels like we're still in 2019/2020. Like, it's been a blur, but thank God we are here, and I'm hoping that you are okay and your family's healthy and you are healthy. Whether it's been a really tough year, whether it's been a really smooth year for you, I hope that regardless, there's been growth and there's been gratitude. So what I want to do is I want to go over a year in review for me, personally, what I've learned, what I've loved, what I hated, and how I grew. And I hope you guys can enjoy this. So I want to go over, you guys already know, I am a lover of arts and music. So when I think back to this year, every year there's always an album or a movie I'm looking forward to, or a show I'm looking forward to. Anything entertaining, I'm down. And I would have to say, this year, my favorite album would probably be Hotels by Jazmine Sullivan. My favorite album. Like, that album I can play top to bottom without skipping anything. Reckless. Take this water and hydrate. I think why I loved it so much, or why I love it so much, is because it literally, any woman, any young woman in their late or their mid-20s to their early 30s or mid-30s gets it. There are at least 2 or 3 songs in there that you're like, yeah, that's it. Like, it's literally that song. I feel like when I'm listening to the album, I feel like I'm with my girls, talking to my girls about like life and relationships. Like, that's how I feel when I hear the album. It just hits the spot. Every song is bang on. And so I have to say, Hotels by Jazmine Sullivan is my favorite album of the year for sure. I think I was expecting to love Silk Sonic's album, and I like it. But I think I was expecting that to be my favorite album of the year. I was expecting Jazmine Sullivan and that to be like the top 2. But I have to say, Silk Sonic kind of disappointed me. Remember?
Leave the door open.
Yeah, they kind of disappointed me. The only reason why I would say I was disappointed is because they took too long to release the album. And I feel like the songs that they chose to release, there wasn't a lot of songs in the album. And they released like 4 or 5 before the album came out. So there's not really much else for us to listen to. Like, love Silk Sonic. You guys know I love Bruno Mars. But I feel like they just made a bit of a mistake with that one. Like, I feel they took too long. I don't think there was enough songs either. There should have been more songs, at least 15. I was expecting that to be up there with my another favorite for me, but didn't quite hit the spot. I would say it would be the Respect movie, Aretha Franklin's movie, her biopic. Because I love Aretha Franklin, for one. I'm not gonna say I'm her #1 fan, but I just love her. I love what she brings, what she brought to music, and the history of music and soul music. My favorite song by Aretha Franklin is Daydreamin'. That's my favorite song by her. She has others that I like, but Daydreamin' is something that, if you follow me on Instagram, I use it a lot for my stories or even some of my reels and stuff like that. I just love daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. I love that. So that was so nice. I saw that movie 3 times. Guys, 3 times. In the theaters, 3 times. And I had no shame. I didn't care. Did not care. I saw it 3 whole times. And I was like, wow, every single time. I loved it. I loved the acting. I just love music. So it was such a great combination because I saw great actors, you know, and actresses just reliving and capturing this story of such an amazing woman who went through so much. And actually, because I know Aretha Franklin obviously from the 90s on, so I know of her stuff in the 60s and 70s because my dad is just that person who exposed me to that music. But I always saw Aretha Franklin as someone who's very bold and very outspoken. And when I saw how she used to be, and I'm like, that's why she was like that. Because I always thought like Aretha Franklin is like, she doesn't play, like, you know? And then when I saw her life before, like I was alive, I'm like, that's why she's so tough and so bold and like so vocal. And then sometimes so in some ways like kind of hurt because of the things she's gone through in her life. Like her life story is crazy amazing. I love Marlon Wayans in that movie. Jennifer Hudson, of course, killed it. And just really seeing how they depicted her view of love, her view of men, how that inspired her music, how she was forced to grow up from such a young age, you know, having her children from I think like 12 or like 11. Like you wouldn't believe, like her story, I knew these things, but seeing it come out and like come to play, it kind of made me understand why she was the way she was in the later part of her life. Yeah, I loved that movie. It was so good. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out right now. Respect the movie, Aretha Franklin's biopic. So good. So we did music, movie, and show. Shows looking forward to this year is Insecure, because this was the final season. This is the Bive season. And honestly, I'm satisfied. Like I'm satisfied with how it went, how it ended. I must say, I do feel like it started off really slow. There are probably maybe 3 or 4 episodes out of the whole season that I felt like were actually pushing the plot. Some were kind of like, I guess, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, but the ending was what I needed. When I tell you guys, Issa Rae and her team, like just geniuses. That show for me is up there with Girlfriends, and Girlfriends is top. Like when it comes to a show that depicts Black women and depicts the reality of us. Like I was telling my best friend the other day, I'm like, look at Issa and Molly. They were rough. I think it was season 4. They had a rough relationship and they came back around and they worked on their sisterhood. I'm like, that is reality. That is reality, because there are times when you and your best friend are not on the same page, or there are times when you and your close friends are just, you don't talk for a little bit and things kind of get a little weird, or you guys are in different places and you're growing differently. Like that is reality. And it doesn't always have to be like, oh, we don't talk like that anymore. It doesn't. Like, obviously there's some friendships you have that just don't ever, you know, come back, but then that's not always the case. And I really love that they showed these 2 women grow at different paces, and sometimes it's hard to support each other. It's hard to be there for each other because you have your own life going on. And just seeing how they came back together and their sisterhood was so powerful and was able to withstand the ebbs and flows of just life, you know, because that's reality. And I was mind blown when I saw that the Mirror Girl was gone at the end. I'm like, yes, the insecures are gone. Like obviously everyone has insecurities in life, but that was her insecurity through the whole show. Like that person in the mirror, you are blocking yourself, you in your own head. And it was just so inspiring to see her like go through all of this, all the changes, all the ups and downs of life, going through her mistakes and the consequences for her mistakes. I honestly, to be real with you guys, I loved my December vlog. That's probably my favorite vlog I've posted. And I loved the video my brother proposed. That vlog was good. And also the video about my love life. That was fun. That was fun to do because I was able to be transparent and share things with you. And it's crazy because you film something and then so much changes in your life after you post that, whatever it is. And so it's kind of cool seeing how, even though that was a couple months ago, seeing how I thought about things or what I was going through at that time compared to where I am now. So those would be my top 3 videos for this year. So if you haven't checked those out right now. I enjoyed Cuffing Season. Cuffing Season was my favorite season, my only series I did this year. I'm hoping to do another one or 2 in the following year, 2022. But Cuffing Season, top series I've ever done. I think that's my favorite series. So if you haven't checked that out, check that one out too. Lots of good nuggets, and just seeing these beautiful young couples express their love stories and their experiences of love. So yeah, I think one of the best moments of this year, one of them was seeing my brother get engaged, and helping him, you know, do that. You guys probably saw from my vlog, helping him, you know, prepare to marry the love of his life. And that was one of my best moments of the year, being a part of that with him. And I would also say my 30th birthday. My 30th birthday was everything, okay? I don't know about you guys, but I thought I would be freaking out when I hit my 30s. And, you know, once I got to like 28, 29, I remember talking to my hairdresser, Tracy, and she's like, girl, when you hit your 30s, trust me. And I was like, I don't know, like, you know, I'm like, I'm not sure, whatever. But she's like, oh, trust me, it's different. I know you may be saying she's just an age, like, it's just, you know, but there's something about being 30 that I'm like, okay, like, I just feel a bit more comfortable in myself. And like, that was already happening from like 28. I would say 20 is when it really started for me to get comfortable with me and like love me. And I'm not even there yet, you know what I'm saying? But like, just to be unapologetic and really love myself and really just, you know, just live for me. But yeah, being 30 has been amazing. I'm amped every month still. I still feel like it's my birthday. Okay, I feel like it's my birthday still. You guys are crazy. But I loved it. I literally cried from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day. There was just so much love. Like, I saw people come through for me in ways I didn't think they would, or, you know, I didn't expect them to. Not that they, you know, I don't have great people in my life. I do, but I was just like surprised, and I felt the love. And this year was also not very modest. I wasn't modest about what I wanted. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, like, you don't have to get me things. I'm like, if you want to get me this, girl, get me this. Like, I was just like soaking it up. I'm not trying to be cute. Like, I'm not trying to, oh, you don't have to do anything for me. Like, give me all the love you have. Give it all. Cause sometimes we're so like, yeah, don't, like, honestly, don't have to do anything for me, guys. Don't worry about it. I was like, celebrate me. It's okay. And not in a cocky way, but like, sometimes we're so resistant to being celebrated. And I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, celebrate me. I'm gonna celebrate me. It's gonna be great. I'll celebrate you when it's your time. It's fine. So, yeah, I loved it. I had a great birthday party, with close people, and just ate good food, danced, talked. I went to an event that night, and with like my best friends, and, you know, we just had a good night. We just danced and sang, and it was a slow jam party. So, you know me, I love my R&B, so that was great. But even above all of that, I got a video of people telling me about how special I am, how much I mean to them. And, you know, sometimes you don't really understand your impact in people's lives, or sometimes you feel like, what am I doing here? You know? And that was such a great reminder. It was so many sentimental, meaningful moments. I'm very much a person of intention and doing things for a reason and not just cause. And so I felt like, man, like, I feel so loved, and I felt so appreciated, and I just loved it. That was probably my best moment for sure. 100%. I'm 30, guys. I would say the hardest moment of the year, but also a good moment, would be finding out that I have PCOS. That was the hardest. And it was hard seeing my body transition in such a short time. But it was nice because I was able to now know what's going on and be able to get knowledge on how to reverse the symptoms and how to really take care of myself and really learn what my body needs. But that was really, really hard. And it's still hard sometimes, but it's not as hard as it was before. I think one of the beautiful things that I chose to do, and I'm glad I did it, was to share it here, to share it on YouTube, and to share with you guys about my journey with PCOS and what I've been experiencing so far, because it removed the shame a little bit. There was still a little bit of shame, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's still embarrassing, you know? But overall, I have to say, I'm like, wow, I'm glad I said something. There's so many women that came forward and were encouraging me. So many women that I didn't know were experiencing the same thing. So it was kind of cool to kind of create that community as well. That was beautiful. I really am so grateful that I chose to be bold in the way that I was and just share, you know, what I've been experiencing, what I've been going through. Sometimes I look at my body, I feel like I'm in a different body. I feel like it's not even mine. That's how I feel. And then some days I'm just like, girl, like, relax. Like, you're working it out, you're figuring it out, you're trying to learn so you can, you know, get everything back on track. So that was hard hearing, learning that I have PCOS, but then it was also beautiful of the things that have been coming from that so far. And you may be surprised by this. I learned a few things. A few things I learned about myself is that this year, I feel like I've been struggling with forgiveness a lot more. It has been hard. I feel like there's been a couple of situations in my life this year that have really tested me in that area. And I'm having a difficult time forgiving and moving on from those situations. And they're not like necessarily, you know, romantic relationship situations, but just in general, like really letting go. You know what I mean? And I think for me, where that came from is because I felt like, you know, I feel like I'm always letting things go and I'm always forgiving and I feel like I'm not getting anything from it. I've been struggling with that. I must say, I've been learning like, okay, God, what am I going to get now? Like, I've been having that kind of attitude and I need to work on that. I've been doing this. And like, I feel like I'm still here. And, you know, I'm forgiving them and forgiving them. And I feel like I'm still here. That was kind of my mindset. And like, you holding on to something and not forgiving someone is only hurting yourself. But at the same token, like my flesh is just like, no, like hold it, because they need to know. Like there's that part of you that still wants to be angry. But I feel like that's something I learned about myself, is that this year I've been struggling in particular with forgiveness. But I'm also happy that I realize it's an issue. You know, I'm not okay with it. I'm not like, all right, I'm trying to figure out how to move forward, how to really forgive and let things go. And it's difficult, especially when you know the person really hurt you or people really hurt you. And you feel like, oh, it's okay if I'm mad, but I'm like just trying to figure out how to feel what I feel, but also not hold you in my heart, because I don't have time for that. Like it really does drain you. But that's something I've learned, that I need to practice forgiving a bit easier. I think it was better before, and I feel like pride has definitely gotten in the way of that. I've become more prideful, I find, which is not cute. So I need to tighten up on that. Another thing I learned about myself is that sometimes I feel like I don't believe in myself as much as I think I do. And why I say that is because there's sometimes I feel like I could be in certain places in my life, but because I have like this deep-seated self-doubt that resides in my heart, sometimes I feel like you want to believe in yourself, Shanice. You want to believe that you can do certain things and accomplish certain goals, but you don't. You don't believe in yourself as much as you need to. Because my family and friends, they cheer me on. They're so supportive. They're so loving. They're so there. And even with all that, I'm like, oh. So my self-doubt is crippling. That's what I learned about myself. My self-doubt is crippling, and I need to tighten up, fix that up a little bit. And I feel like I was wondering, like, why am I not reaching certain goals? Why am I not, you know? And I'm like, if I really truly believed I could accomplish these particular goals, there are certain moves that I would have been making that I'm not making. And that's when I had to like really realize, Shanice, fix up. Like there's certain things that I could really be doing right now, certain decisions I could be making, certain goals I could be accomplishing, if I actually truly believed in myself and not just say it. Yeah, I believe in me, I can do it. I struggle with self-doubt. And I'm like, because you don't believe in yourself, sis, you're not there. And I'm not saying I would reach my goal 100%, but I would be a lot farther in a lot of my goals if I truly believed that I could achieve them. It's not if God believes in me or not. It's not if my mom or dad believes in me or not, or my brother or my friends. It's like, yo, you have to believe in yourself too. Like you have to believe that you can accomplish certain things. And I feel like I don't truly believe in myself. I learned that this year. Another thing that I learned about myself is that, this may sound corny, but I'm a good time. I'm fun. It's something I really learned, but it's just like, I think I kind of more acknowledged that this year. Like I am fun to be around. I am great. I appreciate my transparency. I appreciate my growth. Like I think I've learned to really appreciate who I am and who I'm becoming. That's something that I've been learning to do. So how I conduct myself in certain situations, and that's something I really learned. I also learned that God, and I was reminded this year in particular that God blesses you with things that you need but don't know you need. And let me tell you, if that isn't a testimony for sure, and you guys saw me put a video up a couple of months ago about my hope and my relationship with God, and shortly after that I was like, you're still paying attention to me. Like, obviously he is, but you guys know from that video how I was talking. And that's something I learned, that God will give you things that you didn't even know you needed. And it blows your mind. And it's a reminder that he's faithful, even when you're not. That's something else I learned. I hope you guys enjoyed my year in review and you were able to learn new things about me. If I was to say something to myself in 2020, I would say, continue to learn to love yourself, actually love yourself, choose yourself, really figure out what you want, listen to yourself. Your intuition is not lying to you. And really reconnect, really rebuild, really dive in to your relationship with God. I would also tell myself to have more fun, continue to have more fun. Even you guys see my hair, this Shanice 5 years ago would never, okay? Shanice 2 years ago would never. Just have more fun, just enjoy things, try new things, new foods, new places, new hairstyles, new clothing styles. Like, I'm looking forward to that in the new year, and I'm telling myself that I'm going to try to have more fun, continue to have more fun, and enjoy my people around me, enjoy meeting new people, enjoying new experiences. And even if it's just like simple things, like I said, like my hair or whatever, trying a new clothing style, like literally just enjoy, have fun. So yeah, love myself, rebuild my relationship with God, and really reconnect and soak up his love and have fun, enjoy life. Don't take things so seriously. Know when to be serious about something and know when to, brush that off, or not let it affect your day or your mood or your view of yourself. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new year. Hope you guys are too. Hope you guys enjoy this year in review with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, safe 2022. We don't know what the year brings. We don't know what's to come. But one reminder I'm going to give myself, and I'm going to give you guys, is that we literally know who holds the future. Not even like figuratively speaking, we literally know who holds the future, who has our back, who protects us, who keeps us. And although we can have our ups and downs in any relationship, including a relationship with God, one thing that remains the same is that he knows, he keeps, he protects, he guides, he comforts. He is the ultimate. And no matter what this year brings, there's nothing that you and God cannot handle together. There's nothing that you and him can overcome together. And that's a reminder to myself. So hope you guys are blessed. Enjoy 2022. Whatever heartache, whatever frustrations have come with 2021 or 2020, I'm praying and I'm hoping for a freshness, a newness, a brightness in your new year. God bless you. Love always. Bye, guys.